This was a story yesterday. We saw a picture. Paulie reached out to Rashad and said, could we see your finger? He lost his finger during the game, and he, I guess, took off his glove and then realized the tip of his finger was not there, and he joins us now. How you feeling today?
I'm actually feeling good. Glad to be on the show. Glad to get the opportunity to talk to you guys. But I'm feeling really good this morning.
Okay, walk me through this now. At what point did you realize that you had an injury?
It was after the play was over. I was going down on punt, coming in to make a tackle on Darren Sproles, and shed a block and went to make the tackle. And once the play was finally over, I get up, just to walk back to the huddle, and I look down at my hand, and it's throbbing and bleeding pretty bad. So it's bleeding through the glove. So that's when I go to the sideline to come out, and the doctors take me to the back, and they cut the glove off because they didn't want to, break the finger any worse. So when they cut the glove off and pulled my finger out, the picture you saw, that's all that was there. So the rest of the part of the finger was stuck in the glove still. So it was pretty painful injury. Probably one of the worst injuries I've had playing ball as far as pain-wise. But, it was very devastating for myself, with the game being 7-7 and a very close game in New Orleans on the road, a game that you want to win. And, not being able to be a part of it really hurt me at that point in time.
Did you try to stay in the game?
I asked the doctor on my way when we were walking back to the locker room. I was like, Doc, am I going to be able to go back in? And he didn't say anything. And I asked him again, and he didn't say anything. So I knew at that point that he thought it was something pretty serious. So that had me pretty devastated. And I really didn't think about my finger or what was really going on with my finger until actually the next morning when I got here to take the wrap off and get it cleaned up. And I looked down at it and was like, okay, it hit me that my finger is actually gone from the
where's
bone up.
Where's the other part of your finger?
It's probably in the trash in New Orleans.
There was no attempt to be able to sew it back on?
No. When they pull my finger out and then cut the glove open to get the rest of the piece of my finger out of the glove, the doctor there for the team, Dr. Waluski, told me that we're not going to be able to salvage that part of your finger. And the way that it crushed my bone and broke it, it was no way for it to be put back on. So I was left with the option of just closing it back up from that point, or shaving it down some more to remove the nail and get rid of the opportunity of a later infection when that nail goes back. So I took the decision to remove the nail completely and shave it down to where I wouldn't have to worry about having to possibly go back and have surgery again later in the season. It's something that was going to slow me down from being back on the field.
Man.
You all right over there, Dan? I heard that, you didn't like blood too much.
No, I do not. I mean, I'm okay with other people's blood, but
yeah, this was my blood. I went through it. You okay?
But you didn't get lightheaded here?
The biggest part, I guess the part that had me the most was when we were walking to the locker room. I was trying to catch my breath because the pain was starting to get pretty bad. And, the doctor was like, hey, just relax. You're going to hyperventilate, relax. And that's when I, took a step back and, just started controlling my breathing. And then from that point on, I didn't have any problems. It was kind of crazy that I was in there getting the surgery done and getting the bone removed. And I was just like talking to the guy like he was my best friend, the guy that was doing the surgery. But I guess they had me on some pretty good stuff by that time.
Rashad Johnson, the Cardinals DB, lost a tip of his finger in the loss to the Saints, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. When can you play again?
Right now, I'm day to day. I'm working with the doctors and going down every morning, just getting it cleaned out and making sure the healing process is going well. And, I'm day to day, man. Hopefully I can be able to go out and help my guys win this game in Tampa this week. It's a big game for us. We're 1-2. We really need to go back to Arizona 2-2 at 500, with the first half of the season, the first quarter of the season. So if the doctors give me a head, give me a nod that I can go, then I'll be out on the field Sunday. I'm just going to be preparing mentally all week and studying the plan. But that's what I'm hoping for. But we will only know until, we get to Sunday and see how things feel.
You've heard the Ronnie Lott story, haven't you, by now?
Yeah, I've heard it.
Have you heard from Ronnie Lott yet?
I haven't heard from Ronnie Lott. If I hear from Ronnie Lott, that will probably be the one of the greatest moments of my life.
You know what? I think you use your hand during contract negotiations, Rashad. You say, look at what I gave to this team, and then just smack your hand on the desk when your contract comes up for renegotiation.
It sounds good to me. 2 more years down the line, put it on the table. Hey, so what do I get for this?
And you're number 49. It sounds like
I'm actually number 26 now. I changed my number.
You did?
Yeah, I cut my dreads. Whole new look.
49 in college, weren't you?
Yes, I was 49 in college.
Okay. You seem like you have a sense of humor. Could you go 9 as your number? Just 9?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, if they would let us wear number 9, I think that would be pretty cool if I could wear 9.
Yeah, 9 fingers and just wear 9.
I'll be for it. Let's see if we can, if we can get the league to approve it.
Well, good luck this weekend, and it'd be great if you got a chance to play. But pretty amazing story, and you seem like you got a pretty good sense of humor about it. Have you heard from Mom or anybody in your family that?
Oh man, the mom was actually there. So
no.
Yeah, it was pretty bad when I called her in the locker room, and I just made her give the phone to someone else because she was asking too many questions at that point in time.
Have you heard?
When she gets to the hospital, she walks in and she's pretty devastated.
Oh man, have you heard from Coach Saban?
I haven't heard from Coach. I know they got a big game coming up this week with Ole Miss.
You lost a part of your finger, Rashad. It's not that big a game. It's Ole Miss.
That's true. But, no, I haven't heard from him, But, the university, I'm sure they got him running around doing all kind of things right now. He's kind of the governor, president, coach of the state.
Would Saban have put you back in the game?
If I was able to play, yeah, Coach would have let me go. But at that point in time, it wasn't no convincing the doc to let me go back.
Well, good luck this weekend. And thanks for joining us, Rashad.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right. Rashad Johnson. He's probably saying, I had to lose the tip of my finger to get on the Dan Patrick Show. Hey, but that's how you do it.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.